The board discussed in closed session, only those matters relating to the proposed acquisition by the agency along with a potential litigation. No decision was taken during the executive session, and it is now 1:07 p.m. Is there any old business to discuss? Mayor?
Is that quality info under old business?
I think it does.
So, at our last meeting, we had a discussion because the developer at the quality Inn had advertised that he or looking for investors for student housing.
Correct.
And then we were gonna go back to him. And there was also some discussion about use of local labor, I believe, too, of concerns about that. So I guess we're gonna go back and, so we have any updates from what he's up to?
Updates as of today are, we are still awaiting additional investor prospectuses, as was outlined in our public session last month. We are waiting for those to be provided, and we are waiting updated bid documents or labor documents related to efforts made to secure the percentage required for local labor. The conversation I know was yesterday. We don't have those yet. We have not closed and won't close.
We won't close till we get the information we need.
Yeah,
Right.
correct.
I know he started construction.
Yeah,
He's doing that.
He's doing it without any
Yeah.
benefits.
Right.
If he's doing anything, he's not getting.
They've taken control of the property?
I don't know if they've closed on the sale of the property.
They're doing work over there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't
demolished
come back.
anything?
as far as I know, they're not
They're gonna
doing
demolish
anything.
the building.
Right,
They-
exactly.
I know they've put fencing up. I know they've put some equipment and some
They
fencing.
got a
I
big
don't-
pile of
Well,
dirt or stone or
yeah.
something over there.
I mean, as of today, they have no benefit with us because we
They
have
can't
not
use
closed.
any benefit.
So they have no
I
action.
can't use sales tax and anything like that.
Right. No,
Okay, no, it'd just be interesting how he comes back
Yeah.
because,
And we've informed that we need these materials to provide back to the board.
yeah, because he,
So it's been a while. Has he not responded
well, it's
or
been a month.
what's going on?
Yeah, we-
There were a few conversations between council.
I spoke to their counsel, I wanna say 3 times, and just we went back and forth, and I kept reiterating the board's position and that you wanted to see these materials,
Yeah.
and she said she would get it. And then, yesterday, the conversation between Natalie and
Zach, they
Jared.
had Natalie and Zach.
So what are you saying? Are they stalling? Or is it a genuine, they're trying to put I mean, I would think this is something you just can copy and send to us, right? Because it's already, it must be already out there, I would assume, right?
Correct.
Well, one version is definitely up.
With the student housing version is out there.
He's saying he's supposing he was pulling that back, right? Or-
Yeah, and well, I don't know if he said he was pulling it back, he was gonna market to other investors, other, like housing investors. I mean, and that's what we wanna see. We
And
wanna
at the
make,
meeting, we requested all solicitations for investors connected to the project. We
Yeah,
don't have
but then
those
we had that discussion then before, because if you're marketing it to different people, it's like, well, what is it? I mean, if you're telling these people it's student housing, you're telling somebody else it's senior citizen housing, and we thought that was fraud, didn't we?
they have to comply with the securities law.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not there.
No, I know.
If they're marketing and they're putting out an offering material, that says something and it's not true, that could be a
All right, well,
problem
this
for
could be-
them.
Well, bottom line is, we're not closing to get the info, so that's.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah,
wanted.
so, yeah.
What's our?
Yeah.
After we close.
That's the other thing we're talking about with them, and they're concerned that if we pull benefits, if it becomes more than whatever the number is of students, that it would violate the fair housing law. And I have said that they can rent to whoever they want, whether they get benefits is a different question.
Right,
And they're still not comfortable with that, so we're still working out that.
Still working.
well, yeah, okay, there's no point in, I mean, the thing here, it sounds like, their initial offering as a student housing project seems something that they're kind of locked into, but time will tell. I mean, we're not gonna nitpick between, 5 students, 10 students, it's like, if it's a student housing project, it's a student housing project, but we'll see, we'll just see what they come back with. I
But
know,
remember the one, you said the one they did in Ithaca is, what was it, how many?
Ithaca, when I spoke with a colleague in Ithaca on that project, her estimate was somewhere between her estimate was about a 50-50 split, noting a lot of international students that were living in there. Ithaca has probably double the number of college students, so it's not surprising. But also I will say, just to be fair, also said that it was a great project. It was very successful. They've been very pleased with it. So, but those were, the numbers that were provided to me anecdotally, not data driven, just anecdotally. She thought about a 50-50 split of non-student and student.
Well, that's fine. It depends on how did they market that project up there? You know, what I mean,
Yeah.
that's the key. I mean, because we have student housing projects downtown that are going bankrupt.
And I don't,
That's the
you
whole
know, and I
point.
don't know
Can't
if,
Give any more pilots out.
and they may look differently, different communities may look differently.
No, but they might have approved it up there, because if you're saying there's a huge student population, I mean, we had a policy, no more student housing, so, yeah, it may have been something they marketed as student housing, and that's why it's 50%, you know? Well, let's see what he says, there's no point
Yep.
speculating, see what he
Yep.
comes back with. Now, is there a timeline for response, or we just say,
I mean, typically, if the project doesn't close within a year, it's
oh,
essentially.
we're not gonna wait a year for him to come back to us with, what he's doing, though, are we?
Well, don't they pay the IDA fee over time?
We do have a-
Notwithstanding whether or not they close, right?
Yeah, so
So
for
why would, I would
example,
let them
Okay.
pay you.
yeah, so for example,
I guess that's.
we do invoice immediately upon approval, a portion of our fee. And we do collect those in increments. I think they're quarterly increments or 6-month increments. Oh, well, not 6 months because it's a year, quarterly increments, excuse me. For example, we did collect our fee on Crowley Lofts, but I am of the opinion as well that project is not going to move forward. They have paid their fee, because there is cost and time associated on our end with these projects.
Yeah, and they know clearly there's a concern on our part. Now, they can't come back and try to say, well, I didn't know they had a problem. That's why we kept, they know we want answers, obviously.
Yep.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they are aware. They know they need to comply in order, or to come, you know, they need to bring us things, materials that we've asked for in order to close, and we've informed them we will not close until the board's satisfied with.
Yeah, very
They
good.
proceed.
Very good.
Hang on.
Hopefully it is.
Thank you, Peter. Is there a second to adjourn? Thank you, Jim. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?